now in the race channel. Should be a good match, actually. We've got two sets of competitors who are pretty closely matched with their PBs. ThunderMustache and Brahmin, who are 1 minute and 36 seconds away from each other on their PB. Brahmin with a 1:33.37, 1:33.37, one of the best PBs you can probably get. And ThunderMustache with a 1:35.13. So depending on how they perform, could have some low to mid 135s coming up. And then the other race, Square Wave and N0cturne. There's Square Wave with a 1:43 and N0cturne with a 1:39. So again, just 3 minutes apart from each other. I'm secretly rooting for Square Wave because I knocked him out in the first round. So we'll see how the race goes.
Yeah, and Square Wave is one of those players that used to run this game a long time ago and hasn't for quite a while. I think the last time that he has on the leaderboard was from 3 years ago. So he's run it probably a handful of times since then. So we're probably going to see some old strats and old routing from him.
Yeah, it's good. What's really good about this tourney is just put so many people out of retirement, including myself.
Yeah, so it's really good. Sorry. I was just going to say, it's really good to see like all the old players and the new players all together in this tournament.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think he does have one of the oldest PBs. Other than Crystal, obviously, but will we ever see a new one? Who knows? So, obviously making our way through the escape, I'm sure everyone in the chat knows how pumping, stair lag works or anything, but if you have any questions about any tricks or glitches, obviously of the minor variety, because this is featuring no major glitches, thank you very much. And then feel free to ask, and we'll do our best to answer. Brahmin having a bit of a duel there with the blue guard. Pre-race jitters, I'd put that down to. Oh wow, just saw ThunderMustache fall in the pit there in the escape. I'm guessing that's the never happened before moment for him. I think we just let the escape play out and get rid of all the pre-race nerves. That's pretty much how I felt. I don't know about you, Emma, but I was nervous as hell before my first match.
Yeah, my match was also at 9 in the morning, so it was like roll out of bed and get ready. And so it's pretty bad. I think I had one of the worst escapes I've had in probably 3 months. So yeah, definitely race nerves can get to you.
I like that. Just roll out of bed on race day, skip breakfast. Who needs that?
Yeah, right. I had coffee, I think, but
that's all you need.
Who needs food? Yeah.
Actually, all you need is tea. Let's be honest.
Should have seen that coming, yeah.
So N0cturne there with a pretty optimal 8/ there. Completely perfect alignment.
Yeah, it looks like he's actually in the lead from everybody at the moment. Slightly.
I think I need to just sort out my streams quickly. They're not all synced, just sync them up. There we go. Yeah, it's quite close between Thunder and Brahmin right now. I guess TM. Everyone calls him TM, don't they, really? I'm glad I've sparked a coffee versus tea debate already. 3 minutes into the, the stream.
Do you want me to tell you that? Do you want me to get you synced up on the timers?
Yeah, that would be helpful. They're actually not too far away, I think, but.
Okay. All right. Well, N0cturne is at 26, 27, 28.
Okay.
All right. You ready for Square Wave?
Yep.
42, 43, 44.
Oh wow. Okay. Yep.
Okay, Brahmin is 49, 50, 51.
Okay, yep.
ThunderMustache, 59, 60, 61.
Okay, he was in sync for me already. Nice. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Proceed.
Thank you.
So I just saw N0cturne there grabbing the safety heart before he goes down to the snake room. It's always a good idea. There's a lot of safety hearts and arrows and whatnot dotted throughout, like beyond the ones that people normally grab in the route, depending on how safe you like to play and also, I guess, how good your game knowledge is. There's some pretty quick to get safety things. Obviously, you've got the main safety items, the bottles, the magic powder, that we may or may not see some of these runners getting. But it always helps to know small backups for if things go wrong. I think it was pretty much a complete tie for Brahmin and ThunderMustache exiting. 609 from both, I think. I know that neither of them will be particularly happy, but I'm sure they'll shake it off. Let's see if either are going to grab the Sank Heart. Yeah, TM does, as does Brahmin. I think TM would have been crazy to not do there, considering he was down to 1 heart, so it would have been an instant death on the overworld for him there. The other 2 runners just following slightly behind.
Yeah, so there's not a whole lot to say right now. I guess this walk to Eastern's pretty basic. You just kind of want to avoid as many enemies as possible, and just make it in without taking any damage, or minimal damage at least.
Yeah, at the beginning of the game, Eastern and Escape, until you get the boots. The difference between kind of mid-tier and top-tier runners is just all about minor movement. So all the wobbling you see is a lot of air pumping, stair pumping, wall pumping, anti-stair lag. Like all these things throughout the course of the run obviously add up to quite a significant amount of time. I personally think that Eastern's actually easier than the Escape.
Yeah, I could agree with that. It's
in terms of getting... Yeah, definitely. Once you get the boots, things start to speed up. Hey, pun intended. I'm sure I'll get ridiculed for my amazing English humour here. Or just poor humour, as it's commonly known.
I appreciate it.
N0cturne there, grabbing the safety heart again in the Skeleton. That's one I often grab as well, especially if I'm low on health there. You want to make sure you have enough hearts for the upcoming quick boss key. And sometimes, if you're going to be left on 1 or half a heart after it, it can be pretty scary. So often I just grab the heart, even if I could have survived anyway, in case I mess up in one of the subsequent rooms. When's the Wand of Gamelin? If anyone can persuade Tompa to participate and a wand of Gamelon Tawny, then I will join. And that is a promise. Have you ever played that game, Emma? Out of interest?
No, I haven't.
Have you seen it before? Have you had the luxury
I
of
don't
seeing
think
it?
so.
You're in for a treat the first time you see that game.
Oh man.
I won't say any more. I won't spoil it for you.
Okay. I'll just have to look into it, I guess.
Pretty clean Eastern so far from TM and Brahmin. Also good from the other two as well. I'm having a bit of trouble with Square Wave Stream. It's very jittery for me.
It's fine on my end. He's just entering the Armos fight. And looks like he's gonna go for the quick kill here.
TM with the bottom right Armos there. It's a very reliable one. I think that's the one most people tend to start with.
Yeah, Square Wave had a bit of trouble there. I think he just missed an arrow on one of the Armos Knights and it got away from him and ended up turning red in the end there. But he got through it, so it's all good. Another
That's all that matters. Try reloading his stream, see if that helps. Oh, there we go. Much further ahead now. Nice.
Alright, so it looks like everybody is going for the cowboy rupees except for ThunderMustache.
Cowboy rupees.
I can't say his name, so he's the cowboy.
That's the first time I've ever heard that.
Really?
Yeah, that's brilliant.
I think
I'm definitely gonna use that from now on.
I think that Patty referred to him as the cowboy at one of the GDQs recently.
That's brilliant. I mean, I can't pronounce the name or spell it. I just Seshrahala.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Just
like,
start the word off and then just make a few syllables, and nobody will know anything any better. So you're usually fine. Brahmin having a bit of trouble in the overworld there. A couple of bonks and TM as well. This is a pretty clean run from Square Wave so far. Hugely ahead of his splits after Eastern.
Yeah, he's doing quite well.
Some more nice spin speed there as well. It's always good to see. One of the most infuriating tricks, in my opinion. Especially on Death Mountain, which we'll see later. If that goes wrong, everything goes wrong, in my experience. It's quite nice to see slightly different variations in travel already. Some people taking like minor different routes through the overworld. That's one thing that I've learned from watching tens and tens of streamers, is that everyone has their own unique playstyle. Even if you kind of watch, you know, one of Zelna's runs or one of the top runs and you try and mimic it, you'll always end up doing something slightly differently, and then it just becomes kind of your own strat.
Yeah, it's nice watching Link to the Past runs, because you'll probably not find two runs that are ever the same. Like, a lot of strategies will be different, and routing will be different.
And even after speedrunning this game for 6 years for me this year, I still learn new things about it.
That's a long time.
Wow. Wow. I just saw something from Brahmin, which I've never seen before. I don't know if that's the same thing you just saw.
Yes.
Wow. So he just bonked over that antlion on his way to the torch key room in Desert. I have no idea if that saves time, but that is one of the swaggiest strats I have seen there in my life. I didn't even know it was possible to bonk there. Just as I'm saying, there's things that you learn.
That's crazy.
Wow, nice. So Brahmin, what's Brahmin's PB? Let me just look at my notes. So 133.37. He has some of the most obscure game knowledge there is to know. He's one of the few players that has kind of got into the world of hacking, and he's currently got a kind of work in progress ROM hack. Him and Scooge both kind of doing that, and he's also very knowledgeable just about obscure game mechanics. He's competed in and made quite a few puzzles, which I've tortured him with over the years. And bingo as well. So he's definitely one of the most knowledgeable when it comes to the game's glitches and the weird and super things you can do. Everyone making their way through Desert without too much trouble. TM's lost quite a bit of health, and he's just been hit by a BMOS there. I really hope he doesn't take any damage before or during Lamolus. Alright, let's see how these fights go.
It's a very solid fight from ThunderMustache so far.
Wow, yeah, that was a good start. Also a very good second cycle there. I might be slightly behind, but does he get the 3? Wow, great fight.
Yeah, very, very well done.
I think most people would take that fight any day of the week.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like Brahmin's having a little bit of trouble here.
Squarewave has also had a pretty good start to the fight.
Yeah, this is a fight that really sucks when it doesn't go well, because it can take quite a long time to actually get through it. Just with, you know, the way that they spawn and where they're gonna move, and it's just hard to gauge sometimes.
Yeah, it's one of the most infuriating, I think. I much prefer Moldorm to Lamolus.
Yeah,
I think Moldorm is far easier to deal with. With practice, obviously. I think to a casual player, Moldorm is one of the... Or like if you're just new to speedrunning, he causes a lot of headaches. But there's some pretty good strats you can use against him. Wow, okay, so TM could be in some trouble here with 1 heart going up Death Mountain.
Yes, it's pretty risky.
I would be surprised if he didn't take the couple of seconds loss and healed up with the old man. He's either going to do that or he's going to roll deep. We will find out.
Looks like Squarewave's going to go get the bottle and net, which is not really a terrible idea for, especially for a new runner. Just because, you know, if you have trouble, I guess, with Moldorm or in Aghanim's Tower, even with Palace of Darkness. It doesn't hurt to have a fairy and a bottle.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's quite nice to see the route that Square Away has taken. If you want a bottle before Palace of Darkness for Helmasaur or just for the dungeon, this is the best way to do it, is to go there after Desert and to grab everything. In other races I've seen people get the bottle on Bugnet when they were getting the book, which is less fast. What terrible English. Also known as slower.
Yes.
Okay, I think I'm giving up on live streamer. I'm just gonna watch on Moldy Twitch.
Okay. Is it giving you trouble?
Yeah, they just keep stopping and starting, and it keeps desyncing.
Oh, that's not good.
Okay, that's much better.
Yeah, so ThunderMustache did heal up with the old man, which is a smart move, because Death Mountain can be very unforgiving.
Or the old man kiss, as he likes to call it.
That's gross.
I'm not going to read into that.
ThunderMustache is doing some push-ups on the pegs there.
One of the best rooms in the game, the tire room.
Yeah.
I think the only tire room you actually have to sit through, but I could be wrong actually. There's a few in the game, but I think this is the only mandatory one.
I believe so, yeah.
I don't know if anyone has ever played Parallel Worlds, but don't.
Why is there a lot of tile rooms?
There's a huge amount of tire rooms, and you have to sit through all of them multiple times.
That's awful.
And beyond, there's just a lot of horrible, horrible things about the game. Rage-inducing things. Brahmin having a bit of a duel there with a hard hat beetle. Okay, we're coming up to the bomb jump here. Let's see how we get on. So Brahmin taking a bit of a safe strat there, killing the mini Moldorms. I think that's wise. Okay, nice. A successful bomb jump from ThunderMustache there. And I just caught a swag chest turn as well. More swag points there. This is what we like to see. Who wins the race doesn't actually matter. It's just who gets the most swag points. That's the real competition here.
Are you keeping track?
I should be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So TM there can get onto the platform. You gotta love it when that happens.
Oh man, I've had it before where I was actually jumping off of that top platform, hit Moldorm, and then was kind of knocked back, but not back far enough. I was like knocked back over and then over the side railing and fell down.
Wow.
It was a weird thing that happened.
Yeah, that's a
Very
big FU from Moldorm there for you.
Yeah.
It's just like, hi, nope.
Yeah, like, oh, you're on PB pace. Let's fix that.
See you later.
Yeah.
Oh no. So N0cturne got a bit unlucky there. He got caught holding a sword out of the wrong angle. Not a lot he could do because it was correct when he started, but then got pushed over to the right. Good fight from TM and Brahmin. Let's see how we get on second time round with N0cturne here.
Square Wave is just about to do the bomb jump here. And makes it good.
Okay, N0cturne nailed it second time.
So we've got everyone making their way to the Master Sword, and Square Wave is just fighting Moldorm now. See how he does. Looks like a pretty good fight so far.
Yeah, I think he'd be happy with that. Okay, we start the grueling ascent of Agon's Tower very soon. In my opinion, one of the most difficult dungeons to do quickly. And then to top it off, you get kind of the best, cutest boss of the game. Oh no, so I've just realised that TM has messed up the rupee route, and he's got some greenies from that Lost Woods tree. I'm hoping, yeah, it looks like he knows the backup strat here. I'm going to anticipate he's going to be getting the ones just before Hyrule Castle from that tree there. Hopefully he doesn't get damaged on the way. This is a really good instance where knowing backups can save you in a race setting.
Just want to note that ThunderMustache got the fence dash, so another swag point for him.
Okay, he's back on track now. He was very tentative there with the bombs, wanting to keep full hearts, which is quite important really for Agon's Tower, especially for the first couple rooms. It gives you one of the quickest strats for the Gold Knights and using few amount of arrows, and also allows you to kill the two guards in the next room in such a way that you finish them both with the dash. And when you kill an enemy with a dash, they will never drop an item from their prize pack. That has kind of a really long-term knock-on positive effect in that those enemies are in prize pack 6, which contains most notably a fairy and a full magic refill. And except for one enemy in Palace of Darkness, the mini Helmasaur, the next enemy we encounter in those prize packs are in Turtle Rock. And it's very common to see a fairy drop just before going into the Chain Chomp room, which is probably one of the best places you could actually ask for a fairy. So it's like, if you can manage to do that room without having to kill those two knights, it helps a lot later on in T-Rock. I think TM is just going for the tank damage Agon's Tower approach. It's very close here between those two, between Brahmin and TM.
Yeah, they're only a few seconds apart right now.
Yeah. Let's see how this changes after Aghanim.
Do you have any predictions for blue balls?
Well, I could be boring and go with statistics and say 3. But I'm hoping neither of them, well, any of the 4 races get horrible luck here. However, if they do, I hope it's 15.
I think the worst we've seen so far is 10 from Blunt Bunny.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's the worst we've seen so far.
Okay, it'd be quite interesting to see who gets the highest amount throughout the tournament. Although I guess if anyone was going to get 10, then Blunt Bunny is kind of a deserving person because he's good enough at the game that he can get that time back elsewhere.
Yeah, definitely.
So him and Xelna, a couple of the two people who should like not be too phased by that, particularly in the early rounds. So I'm seeing some predictions come in from chat. 5, 3, 1, and 7 from Zabi. 4 and 5.
0, 1, 2, 3 would be awesome.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. And they've started the fight so well with the yellow ball. Wow, not a good start for Brahmin there.
I think I've seen 2 blue balls so far.
Yeah, I count 2.
Oh, 3. Oh my goodness.
Nice, he's had the best luck. This could be 15.
Oh, best luck to get 15, you mean?
Yeah.
Also known as the worst luck in the run.
Yeah, this is by far the place that will lose you the most time due to luck. Ah, another blue ball, wow. Then again, I think Tim's on 3 now. 4. I think they're even on 4. Yeah,
it's hard to keep track of 3 at the same time.
Yeah, I'm trying to also. I've lost count of Nocturnes.
I'm sure if people in chat are paying attention, they can let us know.
All I know is I'm seeing lots of blue balls right now, and I never like seeing blue balls.
Never. But it looks like they both finished up the fight at pretty much the same time there, at least on their timers.
Yeah, they're really just a couple of seconds apart there.
Yeah.
There is one good thing I like about this fight is that you'll usually see, especially if it's a double race, this is one of the few occasions where you'll see everybody in the same room.
It looks
kind of
like
beyond
Nocturne. It looks like Nocturne's having some bad luck. And he mapped. Ooh.
Yeah, he's just checking if this is indeed the way out of this dungeon.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty hard to not hit the map at some point during a run.
Yeah, I think that we've all done it at least once.
Good thing is, at least everyone's got enough rupees. No one's going to have any shocks unless they get hit and miss Kiki. And lose Kiki, I should say. I'm not sure how this split's going to be for Square Wave, but he's having a really great run in comparison to his PB. He's 35 seconds ahead.
I don't think he's running against his PB right now, though.
Ah, true. Let's have a look. Yep, you're right. I guess that's his tournament time, or just kind of a recent time that he's had.
Could be a tournament. Maybe it could be average as well. I don't know, but it looks like it's probably, like, with the amount of gold splits that he's getting, it looks like it's probably newer splits that he's got.
Yeah. See, back in my day, didn't have all these fancy average functions. Things like that. It was just W split, just raw splits. And if you wanted to know your summer best, you had to add it up yourself.
Oh my goodness.
I know. How did we cope?
Yeah.
But then you saw some pretty unique things. King Hippo had a pretty unique timer where he color-coded his segments, green, red, and amber, based on how far away they were from his best times for each segment. And then ACM obviously built his own timer, which he still uses to this day.
Wow.
One of the coolest looking. He even built his own font as well for that. Although maybe it wasn't just for that, but he's built his own font and uses it in that timer.
That's pretty cool.
Biblical times. Okay, we're going to be seeing the hammer jump shortly. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes for our runners here. Are we going to see single or doubles? bufferless buffered.
I predict they'll all do a buffered one.
Yeah, I predict that too, yeah. I think doing the single bomb jump unbuffered is understandable, but trying the double one without buffers is pretty intense.
Fun fact, Christos actually used to time his runs with an abacus.
It's a true story.
Yeah.
Okay, successful bomb jump there from Brahmin. TM having some trouble here. Or he's just really enjoying looking at his menu, one of the two. So, what I was alluding to earlier with the prize packs drops, we just saw TM have the fairy drop there. That was because he killed a prize pack 6 Emily and Agus Tower and had the heart drop, which means the second item just dropped there from the mini Helmer, which is the fairy, which should be unfortunate for him. Just means he's at a slight disadvantage later on at T-Rock. And then we've actually had the same thing there from N0cturne. He's also had the fairy drop there. Still a very close contest though. N0cturne is only slightly behind the other two as well.
Yeah, considering the variance in other PBs as well, they are all relatively close right now.
That can all change though. A couple of hard things coming up. Obviously,
Definitely.
the Helmer Saw is never nice, and then Turtle Room. Are we going to see any turtle parties?
I'm not sure if Square Wave does the bomb jump or not. I don't know if I've seen him do it.
So this is a unique strat that I've not seen before from Brahmin there. I missed his entrance to the room. I'm not sure whether he did that deliberately or whether he was trying to salvage it.
Oh,
TM also having a bit of trouble.
It's a very nice bomb jump from Square Wave, with only one bomb, but very, very nice execution.
I think I just caught out of the corner of my eye that fairy there from Square Wave as well. So I think the only person who will be getting the fairy drop is Brahmin. Wow, Brahmin getting a couple of fireballs there. He cleverly gets the 17th hammer hit as the fireballs are spawning, which despawns them. Got himself into a bit of a pickle there, but managed to fight his way out. TM also having a pretty successful fight there. Let's see how N0cturne gets on. They're all getting pretty bad luck with the fireballs, to be honest. And another one for N0cturne there.
Yeah.
He's being quite wise here. Playing it cautiously and just waiting. I'd do the same.
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh. Oh no!
Oh, no!
He's unsure what to do there.
Oh no.
Had a bit of a staring competition trying to psych him out. Okay, good. He's managed to clean up.
Ooh. That was good. With only one heart left, that's really scary. It's a scary position to be in.
He had a second or two there where he wasn't moving and Helmer wasn't moving. I was wondering whether he was trying to deliberate whether to kind of switch to bow or what he was going to do.
Yeah.
So a real good tip for Helmer, which makes the fight quite a bit easier, is as you're coming up to the 17th hammer hit, so the master takes 17 hammer hits to break. If you delay your 17th hit just slightly, just to see if he's about to launch a fireball, it's probably, unless you're going for a real top time, it's worth delaying, losing a second or two, and despawning that fireball. It will make the second phase a hell of a lot easier. if you don't start it off with the fireball. That's kind of one of the biggest tips, which isn't immediately obvious unless you kind of know. Square Wave also getting fireballs. Wow, he just released a spin and didn't cause damage. Not sure I've seen that. Opting for the bow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a fight like that, especially during a race, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, certainly no shame in that. I've done that.
Yeah.
My fair share. Usually
I died there, so I mean, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I was on PB pace too during the race and died at Helma and all that was gone. All lost.
N0cturne having a hammer party over here. Oh, wow. He's just doing a MC hammer dance. I'm not sure what that was. 3.5 hearts down. He's probably going to be apple babbling to restore that on his way to Thieves Town. TM there with the super speed on his way up to Flute, same as Brahmin. Oh, I've just noticed actually, all the runners are really low on health at this point. TM 4 hearts down, Brahmin 2 hearts down, N0cturne 3.5 hearts down.
See, a Square Wave can keep all his hearts through this trek.
Okay, so Brahmin has actually just opted to get magic powder here, as has TM. Interesting. So they're both going for powder, and both using the correct routing for it. Although shoutouts to Brahmin there for doing the spin speed exit from the Witch's Hut. That was nice from Square Wave.
Yeah, he got through there really cleanly.
Now I'm going to point out that N0cturne has activated the flute when he's standing all the way over on the west side of that square. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure, at least it's my belief, that that saves time, because the flute duck has less time, like has less distance to cover when he flies off the screen after his animation. Oh no, so... Oh, okay, N0cturne was just wasting time there, waiting for the duck to pick him up. I thought he realised he didn't have enough rupees for the merchant bottle and was panicking. But he is also opting to go get magic powder here. It's going to be interesting to see what Square Wave does here. I would be surprised if he... Oh, he doesn't have the mushroom actually, so he won't be powdering. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also a solid 45 seconds ahead of his splits at the moment. I think... I know they're not his PB, but he'd be pretty close to his PB, I'd imagine. Not far from it. I'm also really surprised that TM didn't heal up on his way here. Maybe he was hoping for a fairy drop from the bushes. But this could be pretty sticky for him. Only 3.5 hearts. From the majority of enemies that are in this dungeon, that's just 2 hits until death.
And Blunt Bunny makes his first appearance in the race.
Nice. We're seeing there why Hellway gets its name. For oh, lovely. TM with the God Pixel there. The perfect Hellway.
Very nice.
So there's the strange thing with game mechanics there. I don't know how many people know about it. This could be common knowledge. But what you want to do is, when entering the room, you don't want to move before you start your dash, because of just how strange Link to the Past game mechanics are, and having a 4-frame rule. I'm going to stop that explanation because I'm very sad that TM's just been lizarded to death.
Yeah, not good.
So he was trying to not use his usual strategy there and play it safe, which, as is usual with this game, backfires. As soon as you deviate from the norm, things just start to go wrong. But, I mean, it's just the natural thing to do when you're trying to be cautious. It's a bit of a time-consuming death, that one, considering he was up there and didn't manage to bomb the hole. It wouldn't have been so bad otherwise. But there are still definitely worse places to die. That's put him and N0cturne pretty much level with each other, though. Oh, and he just manages to get a fairy there on Hellway. Wow.
Oh, that was scary.
Pretty sure his glutes are going to be clenched firmly during that.
Yes.
I've got to say, it's pretty smooth here from Brahmin. See how his blind fight goes. He's getting the heart just before entering. It's a wise choice. Brahmin getting hit there during the second phase. Messes up the timing. Looks like he's going to manage to clean up without too much problem though. Yep. It's good to see the other three runners at a good level of health here. Hopefully we'll see no more deaths. Sorry, I just need to step away for 1 minute.
Yeah.
I'll just be 2 minutes.
Not a problem. Alright, so it looks like N0cturne is going to make his way into the blind fight here. See how well he does. Meanwhile, Square Wave is just about to go grab the maiden. And then ThunderMustache is following closely behind N0cturne by going into the blind fight. Oh man, looks like ThunderMustache got the... This is a weird glitch. I don't know exactly how this works, so Christos may have to explain this when he gets back, but I believe this has been referred to... Is it LSD blind, I think they call it? Yeah. Oh, and he takes a death. Oh, this is not good. Blind is a really hard boss to die to, because when you come back through the room and you're at the bottom and blind is at the top, it's really hard to start dodging lasers and heads and stuff. It's not a nice place to die.
Okay, I just got back and I saw out of the corner of my eye a red screen, so I'm assuming something's just gone wrong.
Yes, ThunderMustache got the LSD blind, is that what they call it?
Oh, nice, did he?
Yellow.
Oh,
yeah.
And then he died.
I'm not sure how it works. Yeah, he died after, but I wasn't really sure how that worked.
LSD blind. I'm not sure the kind of actual game mechanics of why it happens, but to activate it, you just need to press select as you're entering the light. Well, as blind is entering the light. So just bring up the save and quit menu, and then it can cause a variety of different effects. Kind of the coolest of them is known as LSD blind, and it's where the screen is kind of all like yellow orangey. And another death there, unfortunately, from TM.
Yeah, I was explaining how it's a hard fight to come back to after you die, just because of your positioning. Usually getting sword beams is a good backup, I guess, if you're gonna...
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's probably the hardest refight, especially because you rarely practice fighting him kind of ad hoc. It's always from your default starting position. So This is actually one of the places where if you die to blind and then have to refight him, this is where having the sank heart actually backfires a bit, because you then need 3 hearts to get back up to full health. Another death there, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
I mean, I'm talking from experience here. I've done a marathon run before where I died to blind and had to kill him in a refight, and I think I died like 4 or 5 times in the refight. It's just kind of one of those things where once you start playing badly and you have a death or 2, it rolls on from there.
Yeah, this isn't the first time that we've seen somebody have to refight blind over and over again too. There have been a couple other people who've had the same problem, so you can just tell. I mean, these runners are very, very good. They're very well experienced, and even they're having a lot of trouble here. So it's definitely very difficult.
Yeah, for sure. There is one trick you can do though. So in order to get back to full health, there's 2 easy hearts you can get. The first one is at the top right room of the top right room, just before you go into the corridor leading to blind. There's a pot there, which contains a heart, and the other one is obviously just before blind's room. If you do grab the sank heart and you need 3, you can use a little trick known as the double hill, which, for some odd reason in this game, if you collect a heart or a fairy with the boomerang or hook shot, sometimes it will give you the double amount of health than it should. So you can often get that, particularly with the boomerang, if you collect it whilst walking into it diagonally with the boomerang. A really obscure thing, and if you practice it, just for a minute or 2, you can get it down pretty consistently. So if you want to get sword beams back for the blind refight, you can have 2 attempts with both of the hearts there to do that. Wow, this is some real good dodging here. 1 more hit to go.
Ooh.
Okay, pulls it off.
Oh, thank goodness. Wow.
That's some of the best dodging I've actually seen in that fight.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good one.
So kind of focusing on blind and TM there, but I just noticed a kind of a little swag strat from Brahmin in Skullwoods. He used the bumper to propel him in the last room of Skullwoods there. Not sure it saves time, but it's one of those swag strats. And he is actually taking intentional damage there to the spike before entering Mothula, just because sword beams can be so very annoying. So it looks like Brahmin is in the lead here, cleaning up Moth. And then I guess we've got N0cturne in second. Quite low in health though, for where he is. And he's just caught by the hand. He just likes this room so much, he wants to have another go. And then also from Square Wave, we saw a common place for him to get fairies there. So just before Skullwoods, there's a kind of rock boulder that you break open with the boots near the hut. Has 2 fairies in there. If you're playing on the Jap 1.0 version, you can do a net dash into that and catch one automatically without having to faff around, which helps quite a bit. The Hand of Death striking N0cturne, I think, for a second, possibly 3rd time there. And I've just noticed he's on 1 heart. Wow, okay. And okay, he heals up.
Wow.
Wow, and dodges the hand there.
Almost got grabbed again there. Wow, that was a good dodge.
That was a real quick series of events that escalated really fast. I can't even imagine how salty he would have been if that hand had got him again at that point.
Yeah.
So Brahmin now on his way to get flippers and then Ice Palace. Shouldn't have any problems here. Successful bomb jumps from the other 2 people there. Let's go over N0cturne. Executing that nicely. I've got to also thank Hypermasculine here. Apparently I sound like I work Saturdays at WH Smith. Brilliant. I'm just catching up with the chat here. Yeah, Skooge, he's pointed out when I was talking earlier about where I died to blind, I've also had another run where I did LSD blind. And one kind of side effect of if you do that is the door leading to blind won't actually close. Or maybe it closes and then reopens, but you're free to then leave the fight. And that is still true after you kill him. So I did LSD blind, killed him, and then accidentally dashed out of the room after I'd killed him, so I had to fight him again, and then died.
Oh no!
So I wouldn't recommend doing that. N0cturne, they're having a pretty good duel with one of the mummies. There's a real quick, easy strat in that room where you slash the mummy against the spike, and the spike actually inflicts inflicts damage to enemies.
Monetary damages?
Yeah.
Take them to court. Sue him.
The amount of times he ruins it for me, I probably should.
Yeah, no kidding.
Pretty good fight there from Square Wave. So N0cturne and Square Wave pretty much tied now. Only a few seconds apart. So Square Wave's done really, really well. He's still pretty far ahead of his splits, and without making any kind of huge errors, he's managed to keep pace with N0cturne there. And I expect ThunderMustache to, based on his PB, kind of assuming he continues to play well, to claw some of the time back. He shouldn't have too much problem catching up. So we just got Brahmin entering Ice Palace here. Can be a tricky dungeon. There's quite a few sticky points, ice physics not being the least of it. So Square Wave and N0cturne both just making their way to flippers now. Again, shouldn't see too much excitement there. I kind of like it because it's kind of, you do kind of a tricky dungeon and you're about to go into another tricky dungeon. It's kind of the calm before the storm. Just gives you a couple of minutes of kind of going on autopilot, running around. Because I mean, that's all this game is really when you speedrun. It's just running around and dashing and slashing. It's pretty much nothing to it. I'm not sure how obvious my sarcasm is, by the way, but I'm a sarcastic a lot. It's a very English thing to be sarcastic.
I think you're making the chat a little bit excited. ThunderMustache having a rough... Oh, yeah. That's unfortunate. Although, not the worst death. It doesn't take very long to get back.
No, I hope he knows where he can get back magic here to light the torches again.
Oh, right. Yeah, magic.
There's 2 pots in this room which contain magic. And 2 in the next one. So if you do the kind of intended route through that room, then you can pick up the 2 magic pots.
He might be hoping for a full magic drop.
Yeah, there you go. Let's put him in a nice position there. So Brahmin going up there for the anti-fairy. That's a good strategy before Cold Stare. One of the worst places you can die. You're going to be out of magic, and you need magic in the first room of ice. So you either need to fly away and restock, or farm the little jellies outside Ice Palace and wait for a magic drop.
Does Brahmin have enough magic to defeat?
Oh, no, he doesn't! No, he hasn't noticed either. He's...
Oh. What happened?
Wow, okay, so he was slashing at the same time as fire rodding. And what can happen is the sword beams can take on the properties of the fire rod. So he got a couple of double fire rod shots there.
Wow.
I've actually only ever heard about it. I've never actually seen anyone do it. I've known it's possible, but that's a really that's really impressive. I don't know whether he meant to do that, whether he kind of intentionally went in with lay magic. I wouldn't have thought so. But the fact he was able to pull that off on the fly and salvage that fight is pretty incredible. That's really impressive.
That's the first time I've ever seen that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's one of the strangest mechanics.
Yeah.
I can't explain more than that. I don't actually know more about it than that. Wow. I'm actually, Ash has just said actually, Brahmin actually found that. So it's fitting that he's used it. Brahmin's actually pioneered a couple of tricks in this game. The one he's most famous for is Internal Rock, the Brahmin Block Blast, which we will see later. I hope. But he's really done quite a lot for this game. Kind of off on the sidelines. That's often the way. There's a lot of people who have done a lot for this game in terms of discovering things, rooting it, and they don't stream an awful lot or at all. Therefore, they're not widely known. ALTTP probably being one of the most notable there. Did a huge amount for this game, kind of back in the early days, together with Crystal and Jaden. So we've actually got a really close race here from Squarewave and N0cturne.
Squarewave's having a little bit of trouble with the bomb jump here. His placement's just slightly off.
He's having trouble lining up there. This is going to be his last... Oh, no, now he's out of health unless he has a fairy. I'm guessing he does.
I don't believe he grabbed powder. Oh, he does.
Oh!
Okay.
Yeah, he must... He went to the rock on his way to Skullwoods and got a fairy there.
Okay.
Having trouble lining this up though. Hopefully he can get it pretty soon.
There we go. Nice.
What you want to do is not panic once you do it. It's easier than it looks to fall in after you do the bomb jump.
Yeah, and that always sucks because you never want to do the bomb jump more than once.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. TM was quietly having a bit of fun, just diving into the water a few times on his way to flippers there. Just taking a quick dip. Brahmin has been getting pretty battered on the overworld. Every time I look at him when he's in between dungeons, he's quite a few hearts down. I don't think he's had particularly good luck.
No, I think he's going to take this fight really, really carefully here, considering he only has 3 hearts. Oh, and he takes a death.
I wasn't sure if he has backup fairy there.
He does not, no.
I think I'm a bit further behind. I'll refresh the stream there.
Oh.
So Squarewave is going to the super secret hidden fairy room in Ice Palace there, which is quite cool to see actually, because if you do the bomb jump, you never get the big key and you don't unlock that top door. So you actually come through it backwards. Just a kind of a bizarre thing, which you don't really often see. And then you fall down into the hole and it takes you back to the correct place. So it's pretty convenient, really.
So it looks like N0cturne is going to actually do Swamp Palace before he goes back and completes Ice Palace. We've seen this from a few people before, but this will ensure that he has full hearts and full magic going back into Ice Palace.
I've never actually considered that. That's a really good idea. Makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so Squarewave here. He's managed to clear up the first one, but he's let them get away from the corner. Having some trouble, taking some damage. Manages to clean up, okay. I think he'd be happy to see the back of Ice Palace, to be honest, given the trouble he had with the bomb jump there.
Yeah, for sure. It's always nice when you get through Ice Palace without dying. It's kind of one of those small victories, and
yeah, for sure. The run's a success.
yeah, basically.
Nothing else matters.
No.
So Swamp Palace, one of the kind of most boring and linear dungeons. Not really too many tricks or things in here. However, it can be pretty amazing how many things can hit you as you're going through the dungeon. Sometimes you can just end up on Argus and realise you've only got like 2 or 3 hearts left if you're not careful. So TM being careful with bombs there. Only has the one, so has opted to use the boomerang to hit the switch. Had a bit of trouble pulling it off. This race is far from over though. There's still plenty that can happen. Wow, TM really not having good luck there. Taking quite a lot of damage. Oh no, that's another death there from TM.
That's not good.
On the positive side, at least she's got magic to continue through. I'm interested to see the Argus fight from Brahmin. I think we might see a Zero Psych Argus here. I'm not sure if the other runners are aware of that strat or know how to do it. I could be wrong though.
I think that we saw it last night, maybe with Zelna.
Yeah, so I'm sure Zelna.
Yeah.
I mean, the other 3 runners in the race here, I don't think those 3.
We may have also seen it from WQ, but I'm not completely sure. But I believe we have seen it more than once.
Yeah, no, if there, yeah, WQ and Zelna both know it. There are quite a bunch of people that do know it. I've tried it, and it's just quite an awkward thing for me. I take the time loss and just fight him normally. It's something I never got too comfortable with. If you pull it off, though, it looks really cool. Very impressive fight. So we've actually got Square Wave in Maya here. So we're going to probably be seeing gold sword, silver arrows from Square Wave. Opting to do this before Swamp so that he can get those and speed up Swamp. So no Zero Psych there from Brahmin. Not too bad of a fight though. Managed to get the quick firewall kill as well. So Tia making his way back to Cold Stare. And opting to go up for Fairy, yeah. I think that's a wise choice. been a pretty clean Maya from Square Wave as well so far. Okay, it's cold stir time. Yeah, not a bad fight at all.
Yeah.
He'll be pretty happy
very
with
well
that.
done.
So I managed to escape the horrible, horrible Ice Palace. Meanwhile, N0cturne finishing up on Argus here. See, he's only on 4 hearts here. That is a good example of where Swamp can just batter you on the way to the boss. So we actually saw Square Wave getting the safety key in Maya there, which saves taking 3 hearts of damage on the spikes. It's a bit slower, but obviously if you're concerned about keeping your health up, it's a very viable option. Brahmin having a bit of trouble there in Maya O2. I think if you manage to pull off the perfect execution there, it's one of the most impressive looking rooms in the game.
So I think we'll maybe see N0cturne. Oh, I don't know if he's going to go back to Ice Palace right now. Looks like he's making his way there now.
Yeah, I think so. I don't see why else he'd be going over here. Just quickly trying to flute in the Dark World.
Yeah.
We've all done it.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we've all been there.
Yo. But not the flute duck that arrives. Instead it was whatever that other bird is, trying to make friends with him.
Not a bird you want to make friends with.
The true Dark World bird.
Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty interesting here between N0cturne and Square Wave, because N0cturne does have to go back through Ice Palace, so we won't really see, I guess, where they are in terms of this race until they get to about Turtle Rock.
No, so I have my breath held there. We Square Wave entering Vitreous there, going for the safety corner strats, where it's go to a corner and slash and pray. And I'm pretty sure it's just down to timing. If you're quick enough, then you'll continue to repel them. Luckily, he had a fairy there, so not too costly a death. But a relatively safe way to fight Vitreous. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see kind of where they finish up once all the dungeons are back in sync.
It's going to be interesting right now because I think we're going to have them all in different dungeons once Square Wave makes his way to the next one.
Yeah, you're right. That's true.
Yeah, we got Nice Palace, Swamp, Mire, and
oh, it'd be
well,
Swamp
I guess.
as
Oh
well.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be going into Swamp as
Still
well.
though, it's still at a different point. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not something you see very often, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we have another race, and it's going to be iReference versus Green Linen Shirt, which will also be a pretty good matchup as well. So make sure you tune in for that one.
Yeah, for sure. Both very entertaining runners.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm glad no one's made the error in Swamp where they forget to hit the switch. That's something that I found I did relatively frequently when I first started out in this. It's so easy to just forget.
It really
you have to wait
is,
for the
yeah.
cutscene and you just get distracted. N0cturne having a pretty clean second run through Ice Palace though.
Yeah, it's looking good so far.
Yeah, going straight for golds there. No healings required. Sorry, I was just about to go and talk and I just swallowed some water.
I thought you maybe sneezed or something. I wasn't really sure.
No, it's literally, I put my mic away to have some water and then put it back down to go and speak. And then everything went wrong.
Wow.
So I was about to say that Brahmin had a pretty good fight there on Vitreous. Didn't quite get the zero psych lightning, but very clean otherwise. So who's in the lead? Brahminmeat is leading this race.
Brahminmeat, yeah.
Between the other three, it's actually not that clear, the actual race order.
Yeah.
I think N0cturne is second. He's done Swamp and Ice, and then the other two are both in the Swamp. Although, actually, that's a bit of a lie, because Square Wave is also already... I think Square Wave might be in second, actually. And then N0cturne's
he's gonna be going for Gold Sword and Silver Arrows, I'm assuming, since he's doing Swamp Palace now, which will put him behind if the others are not doing that. So, I guess we'll see.
So how does this work? This is actually two separate races. They're just racing at the same time. We have Brahminmeat versus ThunderMustache, and Square Wave versus N0cturne. The winner of each of those respective races will progress through to the next round. Although that's a lie, because Square Wave versus N0cturne is actually already the second round bracket.
It's
so
the first round losers bracket.
Yeah.
So whichever
fight to the death.
Yeah, whichever, if N0cturne or Square Wave loses, one of them will be knocked out.
So a pretty clutch fight here from TM. Half a heart Argus finish.
Wow. And Brahmin's making his way into Turtle Rock.
Yeah, Brahmin's got a real comfortable lead here.
Yeah.
I'll be surprised if anything goes wrong here. He's going to get the fairy drop from a Pokey. And he's pretty comfortable with this dungeon generally. And we're going to see the Brahmin Block Blast that he kind of invented. Hopefully see that. Yeah, shout outs to the Sankheart. That is indeed what saved him there.
Yeah. Yeah, these double races have really been interesting, especially during this first round, because typically we would have, one of the top seeded players against a lower seed. And if you have two of those going on at the same time, it was always fun to compare like the two top seeds, even though they weren't actually racing each other. And then
it is, isn't it? Having the cross races is pretty cool.
Yeah, you get two close races.
Wow, so Brahminmeat there, very close to death. He was trying to do some bonk strat to conserve health over that last roller. Didn't quite work out. Ended up taking 3 hearts of damage from a roller and very nearly taking another 3 hearts and dying. But he managed to hookshot just as it was coming through, so he got invincibility. Just in time. Oh, he missed the Brahmin Block Blast. Good backup though, he knows how to do the backup, so that's good to see. And actually, I must have been wrong, because he didn't get the fairy drop and he's already had the magic and red rupee drop. So he must have had that elsewhere. I must have just missed it.
Did he get it, like if he gets it in Palace of Darkness, does that mean he doesn't get it in Turtle Rock?
Yes, exactly.
And did he get it in Palace of Darkness?
I didn't see it, but then I could have missed it somewhere.
Yeah.
He could have got it in Agnes Tower.
It.
Yeah, he must have had it somewhere, yeah. Not sure where that dropped for him. So Square Wave taking on the water demon that is Argus. Looks to not be having too much trouble. Okay. So Brahmin got the fairy drop in Skull Woods in the room before Mothula. He would have killed the mini Helmasaur there, which you wouldn't normally kill. But then that run didn't go too smoothly for him, so he ended up killing it and it dropped there. Although if you're grabbing the powder, it's not actually nearly as important where that fairy drops. So a pretty good fight there from Square Wave. He cleans up Swamp Palace. We'll see him being the only one to grab gold sword and silver arrows here. So it'd be interesting to see where he comes out after that in comparison to N0cturne.
Yeah, this may actually put them pretty close together once he grabs those two. They might be entering Turtle Rock at about the same time.
Yeah, N0cturne's looking good here as well, full health. I'm not sure, he doesn't have the safety key, so I'd be losing a few hearts here, but...
He's had a pretty solid dungeon so far.
Yeah, he has. Apart from the hiccup in ice, he's had a pretty solid run, to be honest. So, yeah, ThunderMustache has not had that good of a race, unfortunately. He's had multiple deaths. So I can really relate to how he's feeling. It's really easy to lose motivation and for things just to continue getting worse. What kicked it off was death to blind, and then a couple of deaths to the refight. It's pretty hard to come back from that. But he's doing really well persevering here. And as I said earlier, nothing's over till it's over. Still some really hard stuff coming.
Yeah, this could really go any way, so just have to wait and see what happens.
So Brahmin's sailing through. Oh, he dashed into the spike there at the start of the Trinex. That would have thrown off the backdoor timing, but managed to clean up anyway. Square Wave getting the TRV fairy there, next to Gold Bomb. Gold Bomb? Next to Super Bomb.
So N0cturne's making his way into Vidi, and he's got full hearts, which is really good. It's what you want going into this fight, because you need to intentionally take damage in order to take him down faster.
Yeah, he'll be happy with that.
That was
Cleans up without too much trouble.
Fight. Yeah, very well done.
He's also got a pretty solid arrow count there as well. He's going to want a minimum of 18 entering Ganon's Tower, and he's easily going to have that.
So Square Wave's just going to get the Ice Rod, and then he should be making his way into Turtle Rock. So this is actually going to be really interesting to see him and N0cturne.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they will be real close. I didn't realise he hadn't gone to go Ice Rod yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think N0cturne might actually have the lead here. Grabbing? I think he grabbed that by mistake.
Yeah. He's just showing us where, you know, I don't even know what's down there. There's a pit, though.
I'm trying to think what is actually there. I know it's there in the Dark World. I'm not sure what the light world version of that cave is. In the dark world, there's a cowboy tile. So yeah, this is very close between those two guys, both on their way to T-Rock. Square Wave with a slight advantage in that he has the gold sword, silver arrows. Hopefully that will be a good strategy for him and save time throughout the rest of the run over N0cturne.
Yeah, the Ganon fight does make up some time with the gold sword and silver arrows as well, because I feel like it's less risky in the sense that you're not having to, what am I trying to say, spin your sword on Ganon, which, you know, you don't always run the risk of falling off or dying, like hugging Ganon and taking lots of damage, so he does have the benefit that he gets to kind of kill Ganon from afar with the gold sword and silver arrows.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes the fight much easier and much quicker as well. I'm not sure how it stacks up these days with kind of some of the new techniques that have been discovered, like spin speed and stuff, but at least back in 2013, it was only quicker to get to skip the gold sword and silver arrows if you got a double one cycle on Ganon. If you were had a bad Phantom guy fight, then you're actually losing time. Like, that's how comparable the two routes were. I think that will have diverged slightly, and it would have grown faster to skip them than it used to be.
Yeah, it's still faster to grab or to not grab gold sword and silver arrows overall. I believe people have said it saves about a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just that Square Wave should have an easier time fighting Ganon, and for N0cturne it could go wrong, but doesn't necessarily mean that it will.
So we had a pretty clutch fight there from ThunderMustache, and a nice hook shot from Brahminmeat as well. So wow, I've got to say that Square Wave and N0cturne pretty much bang on tied at this point. They were just the exact same point as me.
Actually, we saw that Malibu Ken, I believe, is like a 131 time, and he still grabs gold sword and silver arrows.
Oh, nice.
It's definitely possible.
Yeah, I know ACM. He kept the gold sword for quite a long time. I think he has one of the lowest gold sword times that I'm aware of. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but he was one of the last to kind of drop that. N0cturne having pretty bad luck there with the chomps, blocking his projectiles.
Yeah, we'll see how Square Wave's chain chomp room goes, because he's got about like half health or a little bit less.
Yeah, so he didn't get the luck he was hoping for, and now has been playing it very cautiously. And there's certainly no shame in that.
Yeah, definitely not. This is a room that I find it to be probably the worst room in the game, because the chain chomps do a lot of damage, and if you don't make it through the way that you're supposed to, you can definitely...
Yeah, it's very easy to die there. Especially because if you get hit once, chances are you're just going to get like hit 2 or 3 times. Like, it's really easy just to get spammed to death by them guys. Brahmin having a bit of a dance in the ice here. In the gauntlets. Pretty good gauntlets otherwise, but didn't quite manage to execute the gauntlet for him.
Square Wave tried really hard to avoid Blunt Bunny, but got him anyway.
Almost got lasered when he despawned from the bunny there.
Yeah.
So Brahmin making his way up to Aghanim 2, the other 3 making their way through Turtle Rock. So actually it's pretty close really between the other 3.
Yeah.
Especially
between
yeah.
Nocturne and Square Wave, yeah.
Although ThunderMustache, considering kind of how he was doing kind of 20-30 minutes ago, he's really pulled back actually on the other two.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he really has.
Just half a dungeon behind them now. And he's the one with the best PB. So he could really save some time through Ganon's tower and his Ganon fight. So it'd be interesting to see. We could have a very close finish here. Ooh, so TM nearly executing the Brahmin block blast. Oh,
no!
Wow! That was so unlucky. He was frames away from getting the switch activating invulnerability there. Oh no! Death from Nocturne!
All these deaths.
Oh, so trying to use the Samaria block to knock off the red hard hat beetle, backfiring. Oh, no, TM just
man.
Oh no. That is real bad luck from TM there. Just as he goes to get off the platform, and then he gets electrocuted. I feel real bad for him now.
So in the room that Square Wave is in right now, at the very bottom there is a wall there that you can bomb and go out. And oh no, Square Wave takes it
Square Wave!
Man, Turtle Rock is not being nice to these guys today. If you can,
they're just being nice to each other. None of them want to take the second place.
Yeah. So Square Wave's going to opt to actually bomb this wall here, which is good because now if he dies, he's going to respawn at that door instead of at the very beginning of the dungeon, which will save him a lot of time.
Yeah, that's a smart move. I can't believe Nocturne there. He got killed by, I think it was the third laser eye down. So not even the one that usually poses you danger, but because he was pushing the Samaria block, he ended up just getting hit by it. It's one of those scenarios where it's just things you don't normally do spiral out of control and then stuff happens. Like, you don't really get a chance to react to things like that.
So, and just like that too, I mean, now Square Wave has taken the lead. But again, in Ganon's tower, anything can change.
Yeah, although he's only got 4 hearts entering Trinex, so this is going to be a tough fight.
Yeah, we'll see. But he does have gold sword, so it will go a little bit quicker.
That's true. Yeah, I've kind of forgot that actually. Okay, managed to clear up the heads there. He should be able to finish this comfortably. We'll see. Meanwhile, we've got Brahminmeat taking on Ganon here. 1 heart fight, so...
Oh, wow.
He's managed to get through the first 2 phases though, which he'll be happy with. So it should be smooth sailing. A real pretty decent performance here from Brahmin. Really not too far from his PB at this point. Opting for the lamp there to activate the torch glitch. I think that's definitely a safe option.
Yeah, especially with 1 heart.
Yeah, the fire rod can be tricky with the timing. Pretty good fight on Trinex from Nocturne here as well. Full heart, so should manage to clear up here, as long as he doesn't waste all his magic. A pretty smooth 4th phase from Ganon as well from Brahmin. I think he's only going to be about 30 seconds or so from his PB.
That's really good.
I think under a minute.
Very nice. GG to Brahmin.
Yeah. A real solid performance from Brahmin here. Oh, are we going to see what I think we're going to see here? I'm not sure if we've seen this in the race yet, in the tourney. Yeah, we are. This is fantastic. A bit of showboating from Brahminmeat.
Nice.
The diagonal.
That was definitely a
dance,
first, yeah.
Followed by the backwards moonwalk.
Amazing.
Shout outs to Brahmin there.
Yeah, what a way to end it.
Great guy. Really nice way to finish the run there.
ThunderMustache only has 1 heart left now in the Trinex fight.
Should be okay. He's got a bit of ice on the floor, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem at this point, hopefully. Okay, yeah.
Very nice, yeah. I don't know
So
if we're
Square
gonna
Wave and Nocturne, not too far apart really. It'd be interesting to see if Square Wave can hold his lead on Nocturne, given he does have the better items. So we could see a second place from Square Wave here, who, based on their PBs and their seeds, would have been the unlikely one to win this match between the two. So yeah, that finish from Brahmin. Again, I'm not entirely sure the mechanics of it. I think it's because you enter the cutscene. But if you do a fire rod dash downwards and then hold up afterwards, then you just go into this weird moonwalk state with the fire rod still out. But don't ever try it if you use up the last of your magic, because you will end up soft locking the game. Right at the end.
That would not be good.
Yeah. I think we might get Brahmin in here for a post-match interview. Let's see. See if he wants to. He's not going to jump in. It's too late for him to speak.
Looks like he'll be going up against Blunt Bunny next round, so that should be really interesting as well.
So we're seeing Silver Arrow's Armos 2 fight here. Just taking it nice and steady. So he's actually opting to go get the red mail here, which I think Nocturne's most likely going to skip. So he's really going to catch up some time there. Also having a good Armos 2 fight there with the regular arrows.
Yeah, very nice fight.
And TM really not so far behind the other two, actually.
Yeah, he's really caught up.
Let's see if he can claw the cross victory out of his respective race in the first bracket match, but might be able to get a secondary win here. Do we know who he will face in the losers bracket? I'm not sure if that's been decided yet.
Yeah, he'll be going up against the only H-Man.
Nice, okay. Square Wave taking an interesting route through the spike room there, dashing along the side and hopping over the barrier. Never actually seen someone do that rather than going down the stairs and dashing. It's definitely safer.
Yeah, it's a good safe strat. And it looks like he's gonna go for the fairies in this room here.
Safety fairies as well. So this is really giving Nocturne an opportunity to catch up here with him grabbing the red mail and fairies.
Oh, it looks like Nocturne also has red mail.
Ah, yes, you're right.
Not a bad idea, though. Just considering...
Yeah, for sure.
That the Ganon fight could go pretty terribly, and the last thing you want is 8 hearts of damage because you accidentally hugged Ganon.
Not sure why TM is slashing the last Armos to death there. Might be that he's just really frustrated, but he actually had 7 arrows.
Yeah, the end of this fight, or the end of this race between Square Wave and Nocturne is going to be really interesting to see. Just because Square Wave will have a faster Ganon fight, or should have a faster Ganon fight. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
So, even though he's got silver arrows, Lamola's is actually pretty hard because of the amount of lag that the silver arrows cause. So it's a pretty wise choice to switch to the sword to kill them.
So Nocturne is really not far behind at all, just about a room behind Square Wave.
Yeah, and TM's really catching up as well.
Yeah, he's making his way through there pretty quickly.
This could be a photo finish.
Square Wave's having a bit of trouble in this Wizrobe room here.
Ooh, taking damage there. Glad he has the red mail, I think. Ooh. That Dark Horse needs to get a pay rise.
Yeah. He's definitely doing his job.
For a second there, I thought we were going to see Zelda Gamer Room 2.0.
Yeah. So Square Wave didn't pick up the magic pot in the last room, so I hope that he'll have enough. Oh, I guess he could grab it before Moldorm too.
Yeah, I think. Well, if he doesn't grab that one, then it's crazy.
Yeah, then yeah.
But yeah, you really don't see many people skipping the big magic pot leading up to the second torch room.
Yeah.
Whoa, having some trouble here with the bomb. So it's been a bit of a ropey Ganon's Tower here. I think he's going to be having a bit of kind of end game nerves here. I think he knows he's kind of ahead.
Nocturne is really closing in on him though.
Yeah, wow. Just one room behind.
It's all going to come down, I think, to the Aghanim 2 fight.
Oh, nearly fell at Moldorm 2. Okay.
They're really close.
Yeah, it's really hard to say who's ahead here for me. I think like 2 seconds for Square Wave.
Yeah, it's about 2 seconds.
This is going to be such a close finish here between these two. All to play for as well, because whoever loses here is going to be eliminated permanently.
Yes. Alright, so here we go. Aghanim 2. Let's see how this goes.
Okay.
Let's see who's better at geometry.
Yeah. Wow, Nocturne having great luck there with the first wave.
Ooh, Square Wave's having a bit of trouble.
Not so much luck on the second one with
Ooh.
Nocturne there.
Oh, Nocturne takes the lead.
Takes the lead here. This is going to be interesting.
This is really interesting. Now it's all going to come down to the Ganon fight.
Square Wave really needs to get this fight over with if he's going to...
Oh.
Okay,
He
nice.
goes.
He finished up well there. That could have easily gone on for a couple more cycles. This is really going to be a photo finish here. Nocturne's going to have a great fight if he's going to win. The silver arrows save quite a considerable amount of time. Equally, Square Wave is going to have to play well. A death from either is, you know, throwing the win away.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a good start here from Nocturne. Managed to get the double spin off the trident. Cleans up. He should have no trouble here getting the double one cycle. Yeah, very, very nice from N0cturne there. You don't get much better than that when it comes to the first 2 cycles of Ganon.
Square Wave's getting low on health here. He just touched Ganon, so he did quite a bit of damage.
N0cturne's having pretty bad luck with the Ganon warps. Okay, he's out. That was quite a few warps there.
Yeah, they're on the same phase now. They're almost like, at the same point in this phase as well.
I think your money would be on Square Wave here just because he's got the upgrades.
Yeah.
He's also had much better luck with the warps. That's really rotten luck there for N0cturne. Still got to execute here though.
This might be it.
Yeah. I think Square Wave should have this.
Yeah, I think he's going to take this.
N0cturne performing really well though, having a great 4th phase.
Yeah, he's doing a really great job.
One more silver arrow here.
There we go.
Yeah, he's got it.
Takes it.
Square Wave takes the win there. Wow, that was a very close finish there.
That was a very, very good race. Very, very close.
Ultimately, his choice of getting the gold sword and silver arrows was a good choice for him.
Yeah, definitely.
That was a really, really good race between those two.
Yeah.
And for Square Wave, that's very close to his actual PB as well. I think 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes away from his PB.
Yeah, his PB's in the 143 range, I think, right? So
N0cturne finishing 28 seconds after Square Wave. Less than 30 seconds in the 2 of them.
Crazy.
An hour 45 run, and it comes down to 30 seconds. Really entertaining run for those two there. But let's not forget ThunderMustache here, persevering. I lost track of actually what was happening as I was focusing on the other two, but I'm pretty sure he's had a death here in Ganon's Tower somewhere. I saw him doing Mimic's Room for a second time, so I'm not sure where his first death actually was. But all credit to him, continuing on like this. I know how disheartening and hard it can be.
So we're gonna see if Square Waver and or N0cturne are gonna come in for a post-race interview.
Yeah, I hope we can get one or both of them in here. It'd be interesting to hear their thoughts on this.
Looks like Square Wave. I'm sorry.
No, sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, Square Wave is gonna go up against the OK guy in the next round. The OK guy, I believe, has a 133, I want to say, or 132.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I think that'd be quite a tough race for Square Wave there then.
Yeah.
But again, it doesn't matter in this game. Anything can happen.
Exactly.
You can finish so far from your PB. We just saw TM there teasing Moldorm with a couple of dashes and pokes. Let's see how his Aga 2 fight goes.
It's going pretty good so far. Of course I say that, and then he gets blue balls. And...
He's making some pretty nice patterns though.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well. There we go.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad fight really.
Yeah.
See if you can finish with style. Ravaging Aghanim there. Fully deserved.
Definitely. Alright, so it looks like the OK guy's got a 132.19. And he'll be facing off Square Wave, who has a 143, I believe. So definitely have his work cut out for him.
Yeah. OK guy's a very good runner as well.
Yes.
He's a good one to watch.
Definitely.
So missing the first cycle there. And not the best position for him either to get a quick second cycle. Doesn't quite manage to pull it off, unfortunately. So we get the 2-2. Doing well for damage though. Shouldn't have any danger of dying here. Seeing some pretty wacky things from Brahminmeat here as well. It's been seeing some cool clips and glitches that he's playing around with. As I said earlier, he's one of the most knowledgeable when it comes to breaking this game. Yeah, TM playing it safe with the lamp here. Don't blame him for that.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Pretty solid fourth phase though, to be honest. He could switch to the fire rod here. He's got quite a lot of magic. Speed it up slightly. Nevertheless, I think he'll be happy to have this over with. It's plus 17 minutes on his PB splits. So not a performance he's going to want to remember, I think. All credit to him for soldiering on a finishing though.
Yeah, very, very well done. That was a good Ganon fight.
It was very good, yeah. It was a strong finish from Ganon. Can't argue with that.
Yeah, very nice. I'm not sure. I don't know if Square Wave or N0cturne are going to be coming in here for an interview or not. They haven't said anything. Let's see if we can get ThunderMustache in here, though.
Yeah, I've just asked to see if any of them fancy it. But perhaps they're all the silent type.
Could be. Could be.
Saw some pretty exciting things here, though. I still can't believe that Brahminmeat did the sword beam fire thing. Entering cold stare with not enough magic to kill him, and then surprising everyone.
Yeah, that was really, really cool to see.
And a real close race with the other two guys.
Yeah, this was a really good double race today. Very awesome. Cool things.
I'm wondering if that's the closest race. As in the closest between two races we've had.
It might be, actually, yeah. I can't think of any other race that was closer than, like, less than 30 seconds.
Really good fun. Brahmin here, just messing about. Not entirely sure what he's actually doing. He's navigating somewhere. Looks like he's in desert, but he's not actually in desert. He's somewhere else. I think. Don't think we're going to get any of the racers in for commentary, unfortunately.
Yeah.
No post-race interviews today.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
So what have we got coming up next? There's another race happening later today, I believe.
Yes, in an hour and a half, I believe, we've got Green Linen Shirt versus iReference. They believe that they're both relatively close in PB, so it should be another good race. It'll be myself and Sean Cass on commentary, unless somebody else takes my spot, which is totally fine. But yeah, it'll be us tonight, and I think we have a ton of races tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I guess people are trying to get through whilst they can for the next round.
Yeah.
Oh, N0cturne might be coming in here. Let's see. But yeah, the race later is definitely a good one to watch. And who better to commentate than Emma and Sean?
Yeah, he was my opponent, and then I keep getting stuck with him in commentary, so, you know, can't escape him. I'm just kidding.
Ah, sweet. We got N0cturne coming in here.
Awesome.
Welcome, N0cturne.
Hello.
Thank you.
Congratulations. It's a very close race you had there.
Yeah, just sort of glad I finished. That was very nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Like, it was going fine, but once I started dancing with the zombies in Skullwoods, I just lost my nerve from there.
It was interesting seeing your when the unfortunate happened to Coldster, and then you decided to go to Swamp. I think that was a real smart move.
Yeah, I've seen some people do that before, so I figured, why not? I didn't really know what to do to even get past the first room in Ice Palace anyway, so figured it would be better just do something rather than sit around thinking.
Yeah, for sure. It's pretty solid play though, I've got to say.
Yeah, I had done a decent amount of practice, but unfortunately, the movement mishaps kind of held me back.
Yeah, it happens though.
Yeah,
I think
this game has a just sort of entering this game. It's like it has some nice looking tricks, but man, the movement is just so much more demanding. The tricks are the easy part.
Yeah, to somebody who hasn't speedrun it themselves, it looks like it's just running around slashing and dashing, and then you try it for yourself, and you're like, "Wow, geez, this is actually really freaking hard."
Really difficult to do so many simple looking things. It's scary.
Especially when you watch like, you know, Xelna and QWERTY and, you know, the top people, they make everything just look flawless.
Yeah, it's like I watch, I think, why can't I do this? And then I try it, and then I find out exactly why I can't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
We can all relate to that.
It was fun anyway, so totally worth it.
Yeah, you should really watch the race back. You guys were back and forth a lot, and I think that Square Wave only beat you by about, 30 seconds maybe? So
yeah, I think the race channel said about 30.
Yeah, so it was really, really close.
He got gold sword, right?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, that probably was the difference maker.
Yeah, you both had pretty good Ganon fights. So, like, you entered before him and were ahead, but just having the gold sword silver arrows allowed him to claim victory.
The funny thing is, I don't think I got hit much during Ganon, so I could have skipped red mail. But I don't know if that saves 30 seconds anyway.
True, although, to be honest, you got pretty unlucky with the Ganon warps. You had quite a few.
Yeah. Was he a little luckier?
Yeah, he had a kind of a real quick Ganon.
Ow. That's actually good to know. Well, I'm glad I was able to keep it competitive, I guess, despite the really funky looking mistakes.
Yeah, the both of you and kind of the race together, 10 out of 10 for entertainment. It was really great fun to watch.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, glad we can entertain.
You can relax now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. This is a fun game, though. I'll probably run on the side. Really enjoy running a game and actually reaching the end. It's very satisfying, even if the run isn't very good.
Yeah.
Just so demanding. It's really tough, but I really love it because of that.
Yeah, for sure. There's I think Super Metroid, Link to the Past, very Yoshi's Island, very demanding SNES games. Wow, sorry, I just saw Brahmin flying out over the screen in Hyrule there. I don't know if you've got his stream up there, N0cturne, but wow.
Oh yeah, I just saw him enter Houlihan Room from Pyramid, which is something that I don't see very often.
But yeah, well done on the race, dude. Really good fun.
Well, glad we could please. Thank you.
Well, I think that about wraps it up for this race here. So good job, everybody. It was definitely very entertaining on all ends. So it was really fun
thank
to
you
watch.
everyone for tuning in and watching. Be sure to check out the next race in just under an hour. I think 50 minutes from now.
No, it's I can't do math. It's an hour and 20 minutes from now at 8 p.m.
Okay.
Time. Yeah. Yes, but thank you for joining me on commentary today as well. Appreciate
No problem.
it.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's been good to have you here. All right. Well, see you guys in just over an hour.
Cool. Yeah, thanks again, guys, and catch you next time.